Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another morning coffee talks. Listen, let's just get straight to it, man. I think it's time for me to start transitioning from more of the informational topics, more of the just informative topics, more of the kind of general topics. I think it's time to really start digging deep and really fleshing out the particular topics where it can start being more practical, more hands-on, more of a utility, more things you guys can use day to day, right now, next week, next month, right? And this can start to help you really implement things that can really help build your relationship back, really strengthen your relationship if it's already a good place, but you feel like you guys have stopped growing or you at a standstill or it's becoming stagnant. So one of the topics I want to start off with, my channel is really based on personal development, leadership, and marriage, right? So when it comes to personal development and leadership, those two things really go hand in hand, in which will strengthen your marriage. And so that's kind of the three pillars I like to work with. Now, one of the things when it comes to strengthening your marriage, rebuilding your marriage, just getting your marriage to a stronger version, you have to start owning what you really want. You have to stop playing small in your marriage, right? And I feel like when you really look at it, most men aren't happy in their marriage because they're being rejected. They're unhappy because they're rejecting themselves. And this is something I've talked about when it comes to self-accountability and self-responsibility. You have to start playing small, man, holding back and not being honest. And that's today's topic, like I said, we really want to talk about, because you doing those things, we're done with that. It's time to own what you really want in your marriage, because psychologically, this is going to help you as you start building yourself, which ultimately starts to build your marriage to a better place. So when it comes to accountability, right, the real problem isn't the woman that you with. It isn't her. It's your silence, right? It's your silence. It's not you being able to speak up for yourself. A lot of men would go through their marriage always trying to keep the peace. But peace also comes at a cost of your own truth being lost in the process, right? It's kind of a quiet resentment. You're not speaking up about what you need, what you desire, and what you won't tolerate. That's a big thing. Listen, we can always say, look, we want this, but we don't draw the line in the sand. We don't create a barrier. We don't create the necessary distance to be able to create the gap of respect, right? And the ownership of your manhood, right? The silence is killing that line in the sand. It's costing you connection. It's costing you respect. It's costing you the passion, the flame that's supposed to help your marriage burn and sustain, right? There are going to be times you pour gasoline on that flame and it just really ignites everything. Things going great. Y'all vibing, right? It's just a fire that's lit in both of you guys. But there's time that flame is going to get low, right? As long as it keeps burning, you're connected. But a lot of you guys let it burn out. You don't put gasoline on it. You don't even put anything on it just to keep it burning. And this is costing you guys your connection, your respect, and like I said, your passion. And so you have to ask yourself really three direct questions. Number one is, again, these are practical things. Ask yourself, what do you really need more of in this marriage? Is it affection, right? Is it respect? Do you feel like you need more partnership, right? These are the things I feel like you have to have clarity on. The second question is, what do you need less of? Not, again, we ask what we need more of, but what do you need less of? Do you need less nagging, less criticism, less emotional distance? All right. That's important as well. And the last thing is, what have you been afraid to say out loud? Remember, a lot of us are quiet. We try to keep the peace, but when you've been afraid to say what you want to say out loud, that starts to attack your manhood, your masculinity. That's when you start to feel ignored. That's when you don't get the type of sex you want, right? And you want more of it. That's when you're feel like you're tired of doing it all because you're not speaking up. You're not creating a line in the sand. And here's the thing about it is, listen, these aren't easy questions, but that's where your growth starts, right? We talked about personal development. Again, that's where your growth starts. And this is something either you can write it down on your phone, you can write it down in your journal, but you have to be able to see these in black and white, right? Because you need to be able to have a measuring stick to be able to go back and audit yourself on, hey, once I put these things on paper, did I accomplish these goals? Or did I get what I want? Did I get the answers I wanted from these particular questions, right? From my wife and from myself. And the second part of this is you have to set the stage like a man on a mission. You have to be intentional, man. You have to be intentional. Listen, you don't drop these questions like this in the middle of the night, which is going to create a fight, right? Intentionality is you pick a time, right? You lead the conversation. Hey, you know what? This weekend we both are off on Saturday. You know, can I have an hour of your time? I really want to talk to you about something important, right? You lead that interaction, right? You create the time and stuff like that. And then you speak with calmness and boldness because you already have a mission. You already have a plan. You already have direction when you come in the conversation. And it's not catching you off guard where you're stumbling over your words. You're very intentional about, hey, these 3 questions is what I want to ask you. You don't need 50 questions. Just start with 3, right? And then you can build off of that, right? And also you come in with the right mindset. Don't come in looking to blame. Don't come in looking to beg. Just come in with fresh honesty, man. Be able to listen, right? Hear her side, maybe even make notes, right? And then you allow her to speak. It's a respect thing because we have to get to the root of what we need from this relationship from both sides, but mostly you, because remember, a lot of times you're not the one asking the question. So finally allow yourself to ask the questions and to being able to receive, you know, a response as well. Because in these particular moments, if you don't show up with your full self, how can she, right? If you don't show up with clarity, how can she? Right, so this is a great start. Again, those 3 questions, and I want to make sure I go back over them again. You know, when you get a chance to set that time in place, right, a quiet place, a place you both aren't having any distractions, you know, ask yourself first, right, these 3 questions, then you'll bring them to her. You know, what do you need more of in this marriage? Also, right, and again, I mentioned affection, respect, partnership, and you can make your own 3, but those are some good starts. The second thing, what do you need less of? Is it the nagging? Is it the criticism? Is it the emotional distance? You know, what do you feel like you need less of that you're getting that's not fulfilling you in the marriage? And lastly, what have you been afraid to say out loud? I'm sure there's a lot of things that she hasn't said right out loud that may have hurt your ego. So give her a chance for a space, but the more honest it is, the better, right? You may get the answer on why you feel ignored. You may get the answer on why you're not getting the type of sex you want, right? You may get the answer on why the relationship is not being fulfilled, right? Again, you have to come in with a clear mind state and an open mind state. So I think that's a great start if you feel like, hey, my marriage isn't where I want it to be. So listen, stop shrinking yourself to fit in a version of marriage that doesn't even make you happy, right? She didn't listen. Your wife didn't marry a watered down marriage man. She married you, right? So you have to show up, you have to speak up, and you have to own what you really want, because nobody's gonna own it for you, and that's the absolute truth. So start there. Again, I want to start giving you guys some practical tips, things that you can actually use right now to be able to start to own your marriage, own your relationship, and get it back to a place where you feel that it's going to be healthy and it's going to grow. So, hey, drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time. And if you've been watching for a while, subscribe. Also, if you got any value from this video, hit the like button. and go and hit that notification bell as well, because we're going to continuously start to drop more videos like this. I don't want you to miss anything. All right. But hey, I appreciate you guys. Much love. Peace.